Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he mentions that man sama Ramadan thumma atba'ahu sittan min Shawal kana ka siyam ad-dahr. If whoever fasts all the fasts of Ramadan and then in the month after Ramadan, which is Shawwal, he fasts 6 days, any of the days of Ramadan, any 6 of them, he fasts on those, then this person, he'll have the reward as if he's fasted for the entire year. And this is a monumental reward which is promised here by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and this is pretty straightforward. And it applies to everyone who fasted in the month of Ramadan, and especially the sisters. If you had to miss a few of the days of Ramadan, it doesn't mean that this doesn't apply to you. Even if you're a brother and you had to miss out a few of the fasts for any valid reason, and then you make an intention to make sure that you make those up before Ramadan of next year, then in Shawwal, if you keep 6 fasts, then you will get the reward of fasting for the entire year. Now there's a bit of maths behind this. Now just to understand this, in Islam, whenever you do something, the reward is multiplied 10 times. So if you fast 30 days of Ramadan, this is a bit advanced maths maybe, 30 times 10 is 300, isn't it? So 30 times 10 is 300. We've got 300 days done. Now the Prophet ﷺ says, then you follow these 30 days of Ramadan with 6 more days. 6 more days. 6 times 10, any of you? 6 times 10, 6 with a 0 on the end is 60. So we've got this number 360. Now this number 360, it might like ring a bell for some of you. It's quite close to the amount of days in a year. It's just a little bit more than the amount of days in an Islamic year. They usually get about 355 days in an Islamic year. So 360 days of reward, 30 days of Ramadan, 6 more days, and you get that reward. So talking about 2020, Eid was on the 24th of May. The day of Eid is the 1st of Shawwal. Sunday the 24th of May, that was the 1st. Now you can't fast on the 1st, but from the 2nd of Shawwal, which is the 25th of May, from Monday the 25th of May, you can fast all the way until the end of Shawwal, which will be on Sunday the 22nd of June. So this is in the year 2020, the month of Shawwal, just like the month of Ramadan, it ended on the 23rd of May. That was the 30th of Ramadan. 24th of May was the 1st of Shawwal. Now Shawwal, it can have a maximum of 30 days. And if it's got 30 days, it will be Monday the 23rd of June, the last day. But if you imagine that Shawwal might only have 29 days, the last day will be Sunday the 22nd of June 2020. So we've got this period of about 28 days, 29 days, and within these days we have to find any six of these days, fast them, and you get the reward of the entire year. And now, I hope that will make sense to everyone. That's how to acquire the virtue. But I just want to explain one more really important point here. The most important reason why we have this amazing reward is because the point of Ramadan is not just to become pious for Ramadan and really like God conscious, have like record levels of taqwa, and then those levels just drop out as soon as Ramadan finishes. No. The main reason this virtue exists is to remind us that that enhanced level of taqwa which we acquired in Ramadan, we're meant to maintain it for the rest of the year. So you'll actually get the reward of the rest of the year. Just like Ramadan, it gives you 30 days of practice. Adding these 6 extra days, it means that you don't just keep your taqwa for Ramadan. You don't just go on some taqwa high, go ultra connected to Allah, and then as soon as Ramadan finishes you go back down and lose all your connection. By doing 6 extra days, it allows you to take your taqwa, take your awareness beyond Ramadan. So even though Ramadan's finished, you're still in touch with Allah. And the action which lets you do that is fasting for 6 days in the month of Shawwal. And once you do that, you might actually notice this amazing thing will happen, which is that you'll actually realize that you actually want to fast every month. You might feel like fasting every week. And you'll actually maintain the act of fasting beyond the month of Ramadan. So that's the real reason why this virtue is there. It's so that even though the month of Ramadan is finished, the responsibility we have to stay connected with Allah actually remains. And one of the best ways to keep that going is to carry on fasting and realize that just by fasting we'll be able to maintain our connection with Allah, and also it will remind us to carry on doing the things we were doing in Ramadan as well. And once we start doing that, we'll realize that it's actually very simple to maintain our awareness and not drop down, not have this yo-yo effect on our taqwa. We're actually able to maintain our taqwa and actually enhance it on quite a solid level throughout the year. And when Ramadan 2021 comes along, we're able to supercharge it again to another level. So I pray that Allah gives me the ability to fast 6 days in the month of Shawwal, and all of you guys as well, inshallah, the ability to fast 6 days in this month, and hopefully we can all be hopeful that Allah will reward us for fasting for the entire year. Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.